Hello, guys. So, today I have one question for you. Have you ever experienced the phenomena or the case that you have many assignments and you start to feel overwhelmed, and instead of doing anything, you choose to procrastinate? You choose to avoid the assignment. Did you ever experience that? So, yeah, today we're gonna discuss about procrastination. And I think this really interesting topic because it's really near or close to ourselves, especially we as the students, right? So yeah, hi, I'm Rahma and nice to meet you guys. And I hope all of you were happy and stay healthy, guys, in this weather. You need to stay healthy, okay? So yeah, back to the topic. So I think this one will be interesting and many things that we can discuss in this topic, right? So what do you think, guys? Why people still do procrastination even they know that this assignment is necessary? Why? So yeah, so I've watched a video, and the video is about self-worth theory, or the key to understanding and overcoming procrastination. So this video is from TED Talks. You can visit the TED Talk YouTube channel, and based on the speaker, he said that people who procrastinate are not because they are lazy, but because they fear a failure and want to protect their self worth. In fact, sometimes they are very concerned about their tasks, but their thoughts about the imperfection of the results make them afraid. This causes them to procrastinate on their tasks. So, and did you know what? That our performance, our ability, and our self worth have connection that can cause procrastination. So, based on the self worth theory, people believe that when we perform well, we are successful and we are capable. While when we perform poorly, most of the time we think that we have failed. We are stupid. We are not capable. We are not good enough. Right? I think most of people experience that. Therefore, because of this belief, they build defense by procrastinating to protect themselves. So, that when we fail, we can say, I failed not because I couldn't do that or wasn't smart enough, but because I don't have enough time and I'm lack of time. So instead of instead of blame ourselves, we choose to blame the time. But I think it's really funny because because why we choose to do the last minute and we blame the time. It's funny, right? And you know what? The sometimes we want to be a perfect. We want to be our result can be perfect, but we're afraid that what if I failed and not can make our result perfect. So yeah, the speaker described the role of fear of failure and perfectionism in procrastinate. So the speaker said that many people procrastinate because they are motivated to achieve the perfect result, but they also have a very strong fear of failure. So I want to be perfect, but I'm afraid that if I fail, why should I face everyone? It's kind of like that. So people who are used to doing things perfectly but have to face their fear of failure in fulfilling their own high standard become mentally stuck. This causes them to choose to procrastinate to avoid the demands of perfect result from their own standards. So, if you ever feel this procrastination or this struggle, I want to know how you overcome or how you fight this procrastination. Did you do something or yeah, just let it? So please comment below so I will know what you do when you face the procrastination, guys. So yeah, from the video, the speaker give us or suggest us some strategy to overcome this procrastination, and I would love to share with you guys. Maybe it can useful for me and for you, right? So the first strategy is to understand why we choose to procrastinate. Like we have this we have this many tasks, why we choose procrastinate instead of doing the task. We need to dig to find the reason first and then identify the emotional patterns that involved. Second, think again about the reason for starting the task. Like why I why I start this task, why I need to do this task. Or maybe you can think what benefit that you will got from this task. Maybe free time or maybe happiness and maybe knowledge and anything else. You need to think all of that. In addition, the speaker also suggests us to break our tasks into smaller parts so we don't feel too overwhelmed. For example, instead of writing the whole article, instead of thinking, okay, I need to write the whole article, why we not start by making an outline first, right? So instead of, I think I can't do to write the whole article, we will feel it's really exhausted, right? So why not we start to make an outline first so we know how to arrange the article, right? And the last thing is to remind ourselves that our self-worth doesn't depend on or come from our academic grades or performance. So our self-worth, it's not because our performance, guys. We need to keep in mind that, okay? So those strategy will really help us to reduce the fear that can lead to procrastination. And also talk about the procrastination. What do you think? Why procrastination is so common among university students, especially that we can relate to in Indonesia? Why this procrastination is really, really common in Indonesia, guys? So, yeah, maybe due to the high academic pressure experienced by students, yeah, I can feel that. And I think most of us feel that, right? So, due to the high academic pressure experienced by us, by students, both from universities and from family expectation, they are afraid of not being able to produce perfect results. This fear causes them to procrastinate. Besides that, the culture of procrastination is very, very prevalent. They are used to putting off work by saying, nanti aja lah, and tend to escape to social media or maybe hanging out with friends or even watch concert and anything else. So, yeah, for example, when students or us, receive many assignments in almost all of our courses, we start to feel overwhelmed, right? So instead of we starting to work on them, we tend to procrastinate until the last minute. That's bad, right? But sometimes we keep doing that. So yeah, so in the video, the speaker also said that procrastination is not a weakness but a form of self protection. What do you think, guys, about that statement? Did you agree or disagree? So, yeah, for me, from my perspective, I'm not really agree with that statement. Why? Okay, I'm not the expert of this field, but yeah, it's only my perspective, right? So my perspective, I not really agree with that because yeah, procrastination is not a weakness but merely a form of self-protection. I'm not really agree with that. While it's true that emotions such as fear of failure and perfectionism can influence procrastination habits, but I think labeling it as just self protection feels like we oversimplifying the issue, right? In my opinion, many students procrastinate not because they are protecting their self worth, but because they have, I'm sorry, but maybe they have poor time management skills or lack of discipline or are easily distracted by social media and entertainment. It might happen, I think. And these habits can become weaknesses if we left untreated without any effort to improve them. Although feelings and psychology do play a role, procrastination also reflects difficulty in managing responsibilities and prioritizes short-term comfort over long-term goals. So we just to make us feel comfortable, but it's for a short term, guys. And for the long term, it makes us get difficult, right? We start to feel very overwhelmed because the time is limited. So, but we still have many assignments. So for the long term, it's not good. Maybe for the short term, it's make you comfortable, but for long term, it's not good, guys. Therefore, I see procrastination as an emotional reaction and a weakness that we need to fix, not just a defense mechanism. So, what do you think about, yeah, your friends or your other students in Indonesia talk about the procrastination? Are they talk about the procrastination as a joke or as a topic that we need to pay attention to that? What they see the procrastination, guys? Please let me know. So yeah, based on as far as I know, Indonesian students or yeah, most of Indonesian students tend to treat the topic of procrastination as a joke. Not really a joke, maybe, but as a casual conversation that does not need to be taken seriously. Expressions such as aku ngerjainnya nanti aja lah, SKS aja lah aku. Otak baru jalan kalau SKS soalnya. So SKS is referred to sistem kebut semalam. So we do the assignment at night before the due date. And or maybe the phrase like agak nantian aja lah, ngapain buru-buru, masih ada waktu kok. Nongkrong dulu aja lah kita atau main aja dulu lah kita are very commonly used in here. This shows that Indonesian student culture tends to minimize the emotional pressure related to academic work by turning it into uh, some casual conversation or yes, just a joke. In addition, this sometimes causes many people who want to do their assignments early to be influenced by their friends who are used to delaying things. That's bad influence. So yeah, you need to pay attention where you make a friend, guys. So yeah, about the procrastination, I want to ask guys, if you could change one thing about your study habits to reduce procrastination, what would it be and why you choose that? So yeah, from me, if I could change one study habit, I would focus on breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Because when tasks feel too big or too heavy for me, I often feel overwhelmed. So, which makes procrastination more tempting. By breaking the work down into smaller parts, like doing step by step, I feel less pressure and find it easier to get started. This approach not only reduces anxiety or worry in ourselves but also creates a sense of progress, that we have made a progress even a little bit. So making it more motivating to keep going. So at the end of the video that I've watched, the speaker provide a quote, and the quote said, "May your choice reflect your hopes, not your fears." What do you think, guys, about that quote? What What do you think? You can think as personally or even as a learner or student. Please comment below, guys. So, to me, the quote means that my decision as a learner should come from my goals, dreams, and curiosity, not from my fear of failure of making mistakes. Instead of letting my anxiety or my worry or perfectionism control my action, I should let hope guide me to take risks, try new things, and always keep improving. When I choose based on my hopes, I move towards to growth. When I choose based on my fear, I become stuck. This message reminds me to be brave and motivated by possibility rather than worry. I think this topic was very, very interesting, right? And I hope this topic, after we discuss this topic, it will help us to improve ourselves, to upgrade ourselves, can avoid the procrastination. So we didn't do that procrastination again. So yeah, I hope this discussion will useful for me and for you and for all of people, guys. Thank you so much for give your time in this discussion, and yeah, thank you so much. See you. I hope you always happy and healthy. Bye bye, guys.